25. Strange 1940s home. Features you won't find in houses today. Journey back in time to the 1940s when American homes were filled with features that now seem unimaginable. Refrigerators ran on giant blocks of ice, and tiny food lifts easily moved food from one floor to another. In this video, we will step into an authentic 1940s home to discover features that were once a part of life but have now completely disappeared. Iceboxes. Before the advent of modern electric refrigerators, the icebox was the savior for keeping food fresh. These cooling devices, known from the early 20th century, also called ice refrigerators or ice chests, were simple yet ingenious. They operated on the principle of a large block of ice placed in the upper compartment. Cold air from this ice block would flow downwards to preserve food, keeping it fresh longer without the need for smoking or drying. Ice boxes were typically constructed with tin or zinc-lined walls and insulated with materials like cork, sawdust, or straw. The regular replacement of ice was a daily ritual, often handled by a local ice delivery person. This meant wealthy families could afford frequent ice delivery services, making the icebox a symbol of luxury and status. These cabinets were not merely preservation tools, but were also exquisitely crafted, featuring beautiful woodwork and intricate designs becoming a focal point in the kitchen. Each time the door was opened, the ice would melt faster, and cleaning them could be quite laborious. Over time, as electric refrigerators became more widespread and affordable, along with their superior efficiency, iceboxes gradually faded into oblivion. Murphy beds. Murphy wall beds were a wonderful invention that became extremely popular in America in the 1940s, especially in small homes and apartments. Their unique design allowed the bed to be folded neatly into a wall or a cabinet when not in use, thereby freeing up a significant amount of space for other activities. This was an extremely useful solution in limited living spaces where every square meter was precious. Initially, Murphy beds were seen as a sign of luxury, particularly among the upper class. They were named after their inventor, William Lawrence Murphy, who created the bed to impress a girlfriend. Designs often featured intricate wooden cabinetry and beautiful finishes, adding to the allure of a bed that could disappear into the wall. However, the charm of Murphy beds gradually faded as lifestyles changed and open-plan designs became more popular, reducing the need for such space-saving solutions. Nevertheless, they still exist today but often serve smaller apartments rather than being symbols of extravagance. Milk doors. Imagine a time when fresh milk was delivered straight to your door, a common practice before refrigerators became widespread. Milk doors were a clever, subtle solution, integrated into many old homes and apartments. These small, two-way insulated doors were built into the wall, allowing the milk delivery person to place bottles from the outside. Residents could then easily retrieve the milk from the inside without having to step out, avoiding a trip to the street. This ingenious design protected the milk from animals and potential theft, and simplified life for homeowners. It was a significant convenience in an era when supermarkets and modern refrigerators were not yet common. Milk doors were a characteristic feature of the 1940s, making daily fresh milk delivery seamless. The design was very practical, just enough space to hold milk bottles while preventing larger animals or intruders from entering the home. Homeowners often left notes indicating their orders, making it a seamless part of daily life. As refrigerators became more common and milk delivery services declined, these charming doors gradually became obsolete. Telephone nooks. In a world before the mobile phone era, 1940s, American homes often had a special space dedicated to landline telephones. These were small telephone nooks, often built into the wall or as part of a hallway. These small nooks were not just places to put the phone, but were also designed for maximum user convenience. They often featured a chair so you could sit comfortably while chatting, and a flat surface to jot down important phone numbers or necessary notes during calls. At that time, when landline phones were the main means of communication between people, telephone nooks played an extremely important role. It was not just a utility, but an indispensable part of the social and family structure. Important calls, affectionate messages, or urgent information were all made here, turning this small nook into a communication hub of the home. Transom windows. In older buildings, before air conditioning and central heating became widespread, Transom windows were a charming and extremely useful architectural feature. These small windows were located above main or room doors, offering many practical benefits. Their primary function was to allow air to circulate efficiently, creating a cool breeze indoors while also letting in more natural light. In addition to improving ventilation, these windows enhance security by allowing subtle monitoring of the outside space. To open and close these transom windows, a special tool called a transom operator was used. This tool made adjusting the windows easier, especially when they were located high up and difficult to reach. Beyond practicality, transom windows also added a distinctive architectural touch, bringing grace and uniqueness to any space. They reflected the ingenuity and construction design of the time, when natural solutions were prioritized to optimize indoor comfort. Parlor. In large mansions of the 18th and 19th centuries, the parlor was a clear symbol of the homeowner's social status. This was the showpiece room, where families welcomed distinguished guests, proudly displaying their most exquisite furniture and beautiful works of art. The parlor was considered the pride of the home, designed to impress and showcase the family's sophistication and wealth. This room played a key role in hosting important family and community events, from formal weddings and birth celebrations to ceremonial funerals. To maintain its pristine condition and perfect beauty, the parlor was often kept locked when not in use. This space exuded luxury and comfort, often furnished with plush armchairs, a cozy sofa, and sometimes even a piano, ready for musical performances or elegant conversations. The role of the parlor gradually changed as televisions became popular. From a formal, separate space reserved only for guests, it gradually transformed into the living room we know today, a more communal, open space where families relax and entertain together. Do you remember any item on this list that was once in your childhood home? Share your memories in the comments. Built-in radio. Imagine stepping into a luxurious home in the 1940s, where the air was filled with the melodious sounds of music and news emanating from an exquisitely crafted radio, integrated directly into the home's architecture. This was a prominent feature in high-end mansions, not only providing entertainment but also exuding sophistication and modernity. At that time, built-in radios were a symbol of status and modernity. Wealthy families loved the convenience of being able to enjoy their favorite programs and music simply by flipping a switch, while also showcasing their refined taste. These radios were often seamlessly installed into walls or cabinets, blending perfectly with the home's decor and providing easy access to the latest broadcasts. The craftsmanship involved in installing these devices often included intricate carved woodwork and stylish dials, making them a central focal point in the living room or family area. Servants' quarters. In magnificent mansions from the late 17th to early 20th centuries, servants' quarters were an indispensable part, clearly reflecting the social structure of the time. These were separate spaces, specifically designed for the household staff to live and work. These areas were often discreetly located, usually in the basement, attic, or in a separate wing of the house. The purpose of this design was to keep servants close to their work for efficient service, yet delicately separated from the main living areas of the owner's family. These living quarters were a window into the past, revealing the stark contrast between the lives of the upper class and their employees. They show how social and economic dynamics shaped architecture and the organization of living spaces. Life in the servants' quarters was often very different from the luxury in the main areas, clearly demonstrating the social hierarchy within wealthy families. Wash basins and pitchers. Before the luxury of indoor plumbing, wash basins and pitchers were essential items in every home, especially in the 1940s in America. These items were usually placed on a special washstand, a piece of furniture designed specifically for personal hygiene. This washstand was often crafted from precious woods like mahogany or walnut, serving not only as a functional item but also as a delicate decorative accent in the bedroom or bathroom. The use of wash basins and pitchers was a daily ritual. Every morning and before bedtime, people would wash their face, hands, and feet here. The pitcher would contain clean water, which was poured into the basin for washing. This was a familiar part of family routines, reflecting the simplicity and self-sufficiency in daily life when running water was not yet readily available. Now, with plumbing systems flourishing, Bringing sinks and direct running water into homes, you will no longer see these washstands and pitchers. From essential items, they quickly became relics of a bygone era, a part of family and architectural history that gave way to modern conveniences. Bidet attachments. In the list of home features that have faded into history, bidet attachments are a special case, because unlike most other features, they are making a strong comeback and becoming increasingly popular in modern bathrooms. In the 1940s, they were seen as a way to upgrade existing toilets, offering hygiene and affordability. These devices were easily installed under the existing toilet seat and connected directly to the water supply without requiring complex modifications. Unlike full bidet toilets, bidet attachments provide a compact, yet effective solution for those who want to enhance their bathroom experience. Most types of these bidet attachments have adjustable nozzles for precise cleaning, along with water pressure controls. Some higher-end models even offer warm water options for added comfort. These devices are designed to fit most standard toilets, though users should check compatibility, especially with unique toilet designs. As more people seek eco-friendly alternatives to toilet paper, bidet attachments are becoming a practical choice, promoting cleanliness and sustainability in daily life. Coal chutes. In the Victorian era, and especially before electricity became widely available, coal chutes were an essential feature in many homes. These were sturdy metal chutes, built directly into the foundation wall of the house, with a hinged door leading to a sloped tunnel. Their role was a crucial channel for fuel reception. Coal trucks would arrive, dumping coal directly into the chute, providing heating fuel for a week or even longer. The coal would then be stored in a special room in the basement, and sometimes you can still see the telltale black marks on the walls remaining to this day. In homes without coal chutes, this cumbersome task of transporting coal would be handled by workers called lumpers, who used wheelbarrows or sacks to carry coal into the house. This was heavy and dirty work, requiring a lot of manual labor. However, in more affluent homes, a more sophisticated device called a Riley stoker was used to automate this process. This device moved coal from a hopper directly to the furnace, completely eliminating the need for manual shoveling, offering significant convenience. And as you know, with the popularity of electric and gas heating systems, coal chutes gradually lost their essential role. Knob and tube wiring. From the 1880s to the 1930s, knob and tube wiring was the most common method of electrical wiring in American homes. This system consisted of single insulated copper conductors threaded through walls and ceilings. To hold the wires in place and insulate them from building materials, porcelain tubes and knobs were used. At that time, it was a cost-effective option, making electricity accessible to more households. Knob and tube wiring had significant limitations, which today we consider serious safety issues. One of the biggest drawbacks was the absence of a safety ground wire, which is essential for protection against electric shock and fire hazards. Furthermore, this system was prone to mechanical damage, making wires susceptible to breakage from impacts or improper repairs. Knob and tube wiring was not designed to handle high electrical loads, and its insulation could degrade over time or due to rodent gnawing, posing a danger. It gradually gave way to more modern, safer electrical systems capable of meeting the increasing energy demands of families. Bathroom radiator dryers. In the 1940s, bathroom radiator dryers were a common utility in homes, perfectly combining heating function with practicality. These versatile devices were popular for their efficiency and convenience. At that time, central heating was not yet widespread, and radiators were the main source of warmth in many households. The integration of a drying function made them much more useful. Homeowners often placed racks or bars on the radiator to hang wet towels, clothes, or small items. The heat emitted from the radiator helped to dry these items quickly, especially during colder months. This was a great help in winter, not only saving space but also reducing the need for bulky drying racks. This is an excellent example of how home designs of that era optimized the functionality of each item to serve multiple purposes. Dumb waiters. Dumb waiters, or small freight elevators, were once essential items in multi-story homes and can still be seen in some places like restaurants and schools today. Before electric motors appeared in the 1920s, Dumbwaiters were operated manually using ropes and pulleys. Invented by George W. Cannon in the late 19th century, these devices were designed to be more compact and have lower load capacity than regular passenger elevators, typically handling loads up to a few hundred pounds. Dumbwaiters proved invaluable in large homes and buildings for transporting items like laundry, food, and other essential goods between floors. They significantly simplified the movement of goods in multi-story structures, reducing effort and time. For example, in large mansions, servants could use dumbwaiters to send prepared dishes from the kitchen on the ground floor to the dining room upstairs without having to carry heavy loads up the stairs. Similarly, dirty laundry from upper floors could be easily sent down to the laundry room in the basement. If you could, which feature would you bring back to your home? Let me know below. Dishwashing stations. Before automatic dishwashers became common, dishwashing was a manual, time-consuming task and often a major burden in households. To make this task more efficient and organized, many kitchens and affluent families in the 1940s had dedicated dishwashing stations. Do you remember such a specially designed area? It often included a deep sink, ample counter space for dirty and washed dishes, along with storage for soap, brushes, and towels. This concept began to gain attention in the early 20th century, as households started embracing modern conveniences. With Josephine Cochran's invention of the dishwasher in 1886, the need for organized dishwashing spaces became more apparent. Although dishwashers revolutionized this chore, many homes still maintained dedicated dishwashing stations for hand-washing pots, pans, or larger items that required special care. Fallout shelters. Fallout shelters became a significant part of Cold War culture, emerging in the late 1940s after the Soviet Union detonated its first atomic bomb. These shelters symbolized both preparedness and fear in an era of tension. The U.S. government actively promoted their construction, especially during the Kennedy administration, when the Cuban Missile Crisis heightened fears of a nuclear conflict. These shelters were often built underground or in basements, using concrete and steel to protect those inside from radioactive fallout. Families would stock essential supplies such as canned food, water, and medical provisions, preparing for the possibility of staying in the shelter for an extended period. They were designed to provide a safe and self-sufficient environment to survive a nuclear catastrophe. Fallout shelters reflected a time when the fear of nuclear war permeated people's minds, prompting them to seek every means to protect their families. Cedar-lined closets. In the 1940s, cedar-lined closets were a feature that denoted luxury and sophistication, often found in upscale homes. These closets were not merely places to store clothes. They were fragrant spaces, specially designed to protect valuable garments from pests and dampness. The distinctive scent of cedar served two main purposes. First, it helped repel moths and other insects, keeping clothes intact. Second, it imparted a fresh, pleasant scent to the stored clothing. Cedar-lined closets were a hallmark of upper-class families, demonstrating a blend of style and practicality. These families highly valued the natural properties of cedar, known for its ability to absorb excess moisture and prevent mildew. This was especially important for preserving delicate fabrics and expensive woolens, ensuring they remained in the best condition. Fireplace kitchens. Their presence could transform a kitchen into a cozy gathering space, blending traditional charm with contemporary living. In the 1940s, before modern appliances emerged, fireplace kitchens were not just a trend but a necessity for cooking and heating in affluent homes. These fireplaces served as the heart of the home, where family members gathered not only to prepare meals but also to enjoy moments together. A fireplace in the kitchen was a symbol of luxury and coziness. It provided warmth during cold winters and was often the focal point of the room, surrounded by rustic beauty and elegant decor. The crackling sound of the fire added an inviting atmosphere, making kitchen chores feel less like work and more like cherished family moments. The beauty of the fireplace lay not just in its function, but also in its ability to create a warm, intimate space. Drop-down movie screen. Let's go back in time to when home entertainment began to make great strides. One of the prominent features in luxurious homes during this era was the drop-down movie screen from the ceiling. This was a big leap for those who wanted to bring the cinematic experience right into their living rooms. It was truly a dream come true to host movie nights with friends, with an elegant large screen slowly lowering from the ceiling, instantly transforming the living space into a private cinema. Drop-down screens were often paired with projectors, allowing families to enjoy movies in the comfort of their own homes. The convenience of retractable screens meant they could be hidden away when not in use, preserving the room's aesthetics. This feature was particularly appealing to those with sophisticated tastes. Pink and pastel bathrooms. Let's look back at a subtle charm in 1940s bathrooms, the trend of pink and pastel bathrooms. This was an interesting design wave that flourished at the time, where these soft shades were all the rage in homes. They created serene spaces, reflecting the elegance and sophistication of that era. Pastel colors added a touch of whimsy and freshness to bathroom decor. Wealthy families often chose these colors in their interior designs, showcasing their aesthetic taste and preference for style and luxury. The combination of pastel fixtures and accessories created a harmonious atmosphere, perfect for relaxation. From wall tiles to sinks, toilets, and bathtubs, all blended into a soothing palette, providing a pleasant and elegant feel. Mangle ironing machines. In the 1940s, in-home laundry was revolutionized by the advent of mangle ironing machines, making crisp linens an indispensable standard. These mechanical devices consisted of two large rollers that pressed and flattened laundry. They quickly became a must-have tool for those who valued the neatness of their bedsheets and clothes. Mangle irons were operated either by hand crank or electricity, allowing users to quickly process large quantities of laundry, such as bed linens and tablecloths. The appeal of these machines lay in their ability to save significant time compared to traditional ironing methods, making them a popular choice for busy homemakers. By the mid-20th century, electric mangle irons became increasingly common, with many brands offering models specifically designed for domestic use. Are there any other 1940s home features you remember or know about? Share your story! Shoe shine stations. In upscale homes and businesses in the 1940s, shoe shine stations were a luxurious feature, once an essential item. These dedicated areas provided a convenient space for shoe maintenance, reflecting a time when polished shoes equated to elegance and social status. A carefully polished pair of shoes was not just a small detail, but an important part of a refined and proper demeanor. Typically, these stations included a sturdy chair for the customer, a footrest, and storage space for brushes, polish, and cloths. They were often crafted from fine woods and featured intricate designs, complementing the overall decor of the home. At that time, owning a shoe shine station was not just about practicality, it was also a way to flaunt social status. It implicitly stated that the homeowner had enough time and resources to maintain a perfect appearance down to the smallest detail. Today, they can still be found in luxury hotels and upscale barbershops, where they cater to those who still appreciate the art of shoe care. Pull-out breadboards. Kitchens in the 1940s were filled with smart features, and pull-out breadboards were a prime example of that convenience. These cutting boards were seamlessly integrated into kitchen cabinets, providing an incredibly useful additional workspace. They were designed to create a special area for tasks like slicing bread or kneading dough, making the cooking process easier and more convenient. When not in use, these boards could be neatly slid back into the cabinet, keeping the kitchen counter surface clean and tidy. Made from sturdy materials like wood or plastic, these boards were designed to last over time and make kitchen work easier. They demonstrated a deep concern for making the kitchen both functional and stylish at that time. Clothesline drying porches. Another charming concept of the 1940s was the clothesline drying porch, a beloved feature in many homes at the time. These porches provided a dedicated space for hanging laundry, allowing families to take advantage of fresh air and sunlight to naturally dry their clothes. This method not only saved significant energy but also imparted a pleasant outdoor scent to freshly laundered items. Many affluent families often designed their porches with this function, incorporating sturdy clotheslines or hooks that could support a variety of laundry items. Line drying was not only practical but also an eco-friendly option adopted by many families. Stovetop deep fryers. Before air fryers or dedicated electric deep fryers existed, deep frying was often done directly on the stovetop. Stovetop deep fryers were a feature that became popular in home kitchens in the 1940s, especially for those who loved creating crispy, delicious dishes. Unlike electric deep fryers, stovetop models allowed for more flexibility and better control over the cooking process. You could deep fry your favorite dishes, from crispy fried chicken to golden donuts, right on the stove. You might not find this appealing now, but at the time, it felt like magic. The beauty of using a stovetop fryer was that you could easily monitor the oil temperature with a clip-on thermometer, ensuring consistent results. Furthermore, you could use the same pot for other cooking methods, making it a practical addition to your kitchen. Frying on the stovetop required a bit more attention than an electric fryer, but because you needed to manually adjust the temperature, it allowed for more flexibility in cooking. You could choose your preferred oil and adjust the frying temperature based on the dish you were preparing. Laundry chutes. Designers sought to optimize efficiency and convenience in the home, transforming a tedious chore into a simple and effective process. Laundry chutes were a brilliant invention that brought luxury and convenience to homes in the 1940s. This system made it easy to transfer dirty laundry from upper floors directly down to the laundry room, simplifying household tasks. It was like a small door in the wall where you could toss clothes and let gravity do the rest. These chutes were first introduced in large homes and hotels in the late 19th century. Over time, they were improved with materials like stainless steel and fire-rated doors to enhance safety and durability. The ability to quickly and neatly send laundry downstairs significantly reduced the effort of carrying heavy loads from upper floors, a much appreciated convenience in multi-member or multi-story households. Picture rails. In older homes, picture rails were a clever and stylish solution for hanging artwork. These decorative strips ran along the walls, often near the ceiling. Using hooks and cords, people could hang paintings from these rails without damaging the plaster walls, which were very susceptible to damage. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, plaster walls were commonly used and were easily cracked or damaged if nails were driven directly into them. Picture rails effectively solved this problem, allowing homeowners to frequently change the position of pictures without harming the wall surface. More than just functional, picture rails also added an aesthetic element to rooms, especially popular in homes from the 19th and early 20th centuries. They provided a classic and sophisticated look, creating a seamless line around the room. Smoking parlors and cabinets. Smoking parlors were a luxurious feature once a prominent part of wealthy homes in the 1940s. These were designated spaces exclusively for enjoying tobacco, providing a comfortable and stylish environment where gentlemen could gather after dinner to smoke cigars, share stories, and enjoy each other's company. Smoking parlors often boasted rich interiors, including plush seating, dark woodwork, and sometimes even exotic elements inspired by Eastern cultures. They served as private spaces for men, separate from the main living areas of the house, allowing gentlemen to freely indulge in their smoking habits without disturbing others. The design of these rooms was carefully curated to reflect wealth and sophistication, often adorned with high-end artwork and furniture. As social attitudes towards smoking changed and public spaces gradually banned smoking, the need for dedicated smoking parlors in homes also declined. These rooms gradually became obsolete and gave way to more versatile spaces. Built-in flour and sugar bins. In the 1940s, everything in the kitchen was geared towards practicality, and built-in flour and sugar bins were a prime example of that philosophy. These items were seamlessly integrated into kitchen cabinets or counters, providing a dedicated space for two of the most essential baking ingredients. With easy-to-open lids or sliding fronts, these bins allowed cooks to quickly access ingredients, keeping the workflow smooth at a time when home-cooked meals were a daily ritual. Beyond convenience, these bins also helped maintain the quality of ingredients. Their sealed design protected flour and sugar from dirt, insects, and moisture, extending their shelf life. This was especially important in an era when reclosable bags and airtight containers were not yet common. These bins not only kept ingredients fresh, but also helped keep the kitchen neat, free from clutter caused by individual bags and containers. 30. Vintage kitchen features. that disappeared over time. Why have some kitchen features, once the heart of every home, disappeared over time? Join us as we travel back to a time when the kitchen was not just a place for cooking, but a center of innovation, style, and a place for warm, unforgettable family moments. This video will take you on a nostalgic journey, exploring unique kitchen features that were once popular in American homes, but have now gradually faded into history. Dining nooks / breakfast nooks. Imagine an early morning, gentle sunlight streaming through the window. You and your family gathered in a cozy kitchen nook, feeling like you're sitting in a small, intimate cafe. The inspiration for these dining nooks came from the intimate seating arrangements found in cafes and taverns of the time, bringing a relaxed and close atmosphere right into the home. Beyond their undeniable charm, dining nooks were also incredibly practical. They often integrated benches with storage compartments underneath, which were both functional and added to the space's charm. This clever design allowed homeowners to maximize space, storing everything from tablecloths to board games, ideal for busy family life. Over time, as architectural trends changed and open floor plans became increasingly popular, dining areas became more integrated into the larger living spaces. This evolution in home design, prioritizing spacious and flexible layouts, caused the distinctive charm of dining nooks to gradually fade from the mainstream. Milk door. This small, unassuming door, meticulously built into the house wall, was an ingenious solution for daily milk delivery service. Popular until the mid-20th century, these doors ensured that fresh milk was kept safe, protected from the elements, and easily accessible to the household. This feature clearly highlights the practical innovations of the past, directly addressing the daily needs of households with remarkable efficiency. Typically, a milk door was a small, insulated compartment, thoughtfully built into an exterior wall of the house, often conveniently located near the kitchen. The process was elegantly simple. The milkman would place fresh milk bottles inside the door from the outside, and the homeowner could then retrieve them at any time from inside the house. This seamless system offered numerous benefits. It not only protected the milk from harsh weather conditions, but also acted as a deterrent against theft, while ensuring unparalleled convenience for both the milkman making deliveries and the household receiving their fresh products. Tiled countertops. Tiled countertops were once a popular and incredibly beloved choice in kitchens of this era. Their widespread appeal stemmed from their admirable combination of robust durability and the almost infinite variety of colors and patterns available. People particularly favored the smoothness and solidity of these tiles, qualities that not only contributed to their longevity but also significantly simplified routine kitchen maintenance. Each tile, carefully laid, contributed to a mosaic of personalized style, allowing homeowners to introduce vibrant splashes of color and intricate designs into their culinary spaces, making their kitchens truly unique and a reflection of their individual tastes. Despite their many prominent advantages, tiled countertops still harbored a significant weakness that caused them to gradually lose favor. Grout, the delicate lines between each tile, was notoriously prone to staining and incredibly difficult to keep clean. The constant battle against grime in these grout lines became a source of frustration for many homemakers, detracting from the countertop's intrinsic appeal. Linoleum flooring. Step onto the floors of a mid-20th century kitchen, and chances are you'd find yourself walking on linoleum flooring. This remarkable flooring material, originating in 1860 with the invention of a talented Englishman named Frederick Walton, truly revolutionized domestic flooring. Linoleum was crafted from a blend of natural, sustainable materials, including linseed oil, finely ground cork powder, and wood flour. This unique composition lent it an extraordinary combination of resilience and a distinct aesthetic appeal. Homeowners across the country loved its inherent durability and its undeniably easy-to-clean nature, making it an ideal choice for the high-traffic and often messy environment of a family kitchen. Furthermore, its vast spectrum of colors and patterns offered a vibrant palette for interior design, brightening countless kitchens and reflecting the era's decorative yet functional home interior trends. Hoosier cabinets. Back in the day, we had a unique piece of kitchen furniture that was once the organizational heart of countless American homes in the early 1900s. The Hoosier cabinet. Named after the Hoosier Manufacturing Company in Indiana, which popularized them, these cabinets were truly a revolution in kitchen efficiency. They were meticulously designed to keep kitchens organized and operating with unparalleled efficiency, a true godsend at a time when built-in kitchen cabinetry was not yet standard. These magnificent freestanding cabinets were true workstations, cleverly combining storage with integrated appliances and preparation surfaces. One of their most lauded features was the clever pull-out work surface, which provided an instant and convenient space for kneading dough, preparing ingredients, or simply rolling out pastry. This thoughtful addition eliminated the need for a separate kitchen table or dedicated countertop, a major boon in smaller kitchens. Push-button stoves. In the 1950s, as technology began to permeate every corner of domestic life, push-button stoves emerged as a true modern marvel. This invention completely transformed how we interacted with cooking appliances. Instead of cumbersome old-fashioned knobs and dials, users could now simply press buttons to control burners and ovens, offering a much more convenient and intuitive user experience. Push-button stoves promised a cleaner and more streamlined kitchen aesthetic, perfectly aligning with the mid-20th century's futuristic design trends. Beyond their obvious convenience, these stoves also offered significant advancements in safety and efficiency. Some models of push-button stoves even came equipped with sophisticated built-in timers, capable of automatically turning off the oven. This feature made cooking much safer and more convenient, alleviating worries about forgetting to turn off the stove. This automatic shut-off capability was a game-changer, transforming the entire approach to meal preparation by integrating intelligent control. Among the kitchen features above, which one surprised you the most? Share in the comments below. Pull-down ironing boards. These clever space-saving devices were meticulously integrated directly into the wall or into a cabinet recess, designed to be easily pulled down when needed for ironing tasks, and then neatly tucked away out of sight when not in use. This design offered a distinct advantage by saving valuable floor space, a prized commodity in the often more compact homes of the era. The cabinets housing these boards were often crafted from fine wood and meticulously painted or finished to match the surrounding cabinetry, ensuring they blended seamlessly into the room's decor, maintaining a tidy and harmonious aesthetic. Some of these thoughtful designs even included integrated additional storage space, perfect for stowing ironing essentials like starch, spray bottles, and the iron itself, making the entire ironing process incredibly convenient and self-contained. The ironing boards themselves were typically made of durable material and could be securely locked into place, providing a stable and reliable surface for ironing. Dumb waiters. Have you ever stopped to wonder how items were efficiently transported between floors in multi-story homes and buildings before modern elevators became widely available? The answer lies in the ingenious invention of dumbwaiters. These small, often hand-operated elevators were specifically designed to transport items, not people, between floors, demonstrating the remarkable ingenuity of the era in maximizing both space and functionality within a multi-story home. Popular in larger homes and various commercial buildings during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, these compact elevators had a surprisingly significant impact on daily operations. Prior to the unparalleled convenience of modern electric elevators, dumbwaiters offered an incredibly practical and labor-saving solution for moving a wide variety of items, especially in large homes where carrying heavy loads up and down stairs was a constant chore. They were used to effortlessly transport food from the kitchen to an upstairs dining room, laundry from bedrooms to a basement laundry room, firewood, and even coal, significantly reducing the physical burden on household staff. Meat safe. The meat safe was a common and essential kitchen feature in the past, specifically designed to keep meat and other perishable foods fresh in the absence of mechanical refrigeration. Often made of wood or metal, these clever storage cabinets were characterized by their mesh or perforated panels. These openings were not merely decorative. They were meticulously designed to allow for continuous air circulation, which was crucial for cooling, while also providing an effective barrier against flies and other unwanted insects. To maximize their effectiveness, meat safes were typically placed strategically in cool, shaded areas within the kitchen or pantry. This careful positioning took advantage of natural ambient temperatures to create a cooler microclimate inside the cabinet. This intelligent combination of ventilation and protection was particularly important in warmer climates where food would spoil quickly and ensured a steady supply of fresh food. Some particularly advanced meat safes even featured a separate compartment for ice, further enhancing their cooling capabilities and extending the freshness of items stored inside. Icebox. Do you remember a familiar time when the delivery of a large block of ice was an eagerly anticipated weekly ritual? A significant event for households striving to preserve their perishable foods? The icebox itself, often crafted from wood or sometimes metal, was cleverly insulated with materials like sawdust or cork. This insulation was critical, designed to effectively retain the cold from the ice and prevent it from melting too quickly, thereby extending its cooling capacity. Families relied heavily on iceboxes to maintain food freshness, carefully storing items like milk, butter, and leftovers within their chilled compartments. But how effective was this method in maintaining a consistently low temperature? And how did they manage to keep delicate fruits and vegetables from wilting or spoiling too quickly without the precise temperature control offered by a modern refrigerator? Despite its inherent limitations, the icebox was truly a marvel of ingenuity, offering an incredibly practical solution to the age-old problem of food preservation. Do you remember those large blocks of ice being delivered to your house as a child? Share your memories in the comments section. California coolers. Stepping into homes in the western United States during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, you would encounter a fascinating example of architectural ingenuity: the California cooler. Often built directly into the kitchen wall, they featured a series of ventilated shelves that cleverly utilized the power of natural airflow to cool and preserve food without any mechanical assistance. The cooler itself typically had slatted shelves and carefully placed screened vents at both the top and bottom. This precise arrangement facilitated a natural cooling cycle. Cool air would enter through the lower vents, naturally rise through the slatted shelves, circulate around the stored items, and then exit through the upper vents, creating a continuous passive airflow. The slatted design of the shelves was crucial, allowing for maximum airflow around all stored items, preventing moisture buildup and promoting freshness. These coolers were often crafted from wood and meticulously painted to match the surrounding kitchen decor, ensuring they blended seamlessly with the existing cabinetry. Inside, they were frequently lined with fine metal mesh or screening, serving to keep out insects while still allowing essential airflow. Pastel-colored appliances. Have you ever marveled at the nostalgic treasures that were pastel-colored appliances that graced American kitchens throughout the 1950s? From soft, inviting pinks to cool mint greens and radiant sunny yellows. These playful shades infused a whimsical and inviting touch into domestic interiors, reflecting the bright and optimistic spirit of the era. Imagine a kitchen with a pleasant pale pink refrigerator, a soothing light green stove, and a cheerful lemon-yellow dishwasher. Pastel-colored appliances transformed the kitchen from a purely functional space into a room full of personality and charm. However, as interior design trends inevitably evolved through subsequent decades, these wonderfully colorful appliances gradually fell out of favor. The general aesthetic shifted towards more neutral tones and timeless finishes, such as classic white, sleek stainless steel, and later more muted or earthy neutrals, making way for a more minimalist and versatile kitchen palette. Colorful painted sinks. Steadily moving away from the standard white or utilitarian stainless steel sinks, homeowners of this era were drawn to a much more personalized option: colorful painted sinks. Imagine the sheer visual impact of a bold, confident red sink, adding an explosive splash of color to a cozy kitchen, immediately drawing the eye and infusing energy into the space. Or perhaps a striking orange or sunny yellow sink, radiating warmth and vibrancy, brightening the entire kitchen area and transforming it into a cheerful haven. Often crafted from beautifully enameled cast iron, these sinks were designed to blend seamlessly into countertops, creating a sleek and harmonious look that elevated the kitchen's overall design. The choice of colorful sinks reflected a desire for individuality and a willingness to break away from traditional design norms, infusing interior spaces with a sense of fun and artistic expression. Vintage farmhouse sinks. Have you ever truly admired the timeless beauty and rustic charm of farmhouse kitchen sinks, often affectionately referred to as apron front sinks? Their defining feature is their incredibly deep and wide basin, a design born out of practicality. This generous capacity provided an immensely convenient space for washing large pots and pans, making them an incredibly practical and indispensable choice for busy households that routinely handled significant cooking and cleaning tasks. These sinks were designed to serve a utilitarian purpose, capable of holding a day's worth of dishes or even a basin for hand-washing clothes or fresh produce from the garden. Beyond their pure functionality, farmhouse sinks also exuded an undeniable sense of warmth, authenticity, and enduring charm. The exposed front, or apron, created a welcoming, less formal look than an undermount sink, immediately conveying a sense of handcrafted quality and sturdy durability. Chrome dinette sets. This was where families gathered for quick breakfasts, casual lunches, and even evening board games, creating a focal point for daily life. With their striking glossy surfaces and often boldly colored upholstery, these dinette sets were an undeniable feature of kitchens and intimate dining areas. Typically, these iconic sets consisted of a shiny chrome-plated table, often paired with matching chairs upholstered in bright, vibrant colors such as fiery red, cool turquoise, or brilliant sunny yellow. The design of these sets itself was a direct reflection of the era's fascination with new, innovative materials and the post-war boom period's emphasis on owning modern, easy-to-clean, and affordable furniture for the masses. The tabletops often featured laminate surfaces, frequently showcasing playful, whimsical patterns, a touch that was both practical for daily use and stylishly contemporary. The chrome frames offered superior durability and created a sleek, polished look, emblematic of the emerging mid-century modern aesthetic. Wall-mounted can openers. There's an interesting point about mid-20th century kitchens, which is that simplicity was paramount. Wall-mounted can openers were a familiar and common tool during this period, clearly demonstrating the era's relentless pursuit of practicality and convenience. These handy utilities, securely affixed to the kitchen wall, served as a small but utterly essential part of daily cooking operations. Their fixed position was a brilliant idea, allowing for quick and easy can opening without having to rummage through cluttered drawers or mess up precious countertop space. Popular from the 1950s through the 1970s, they were considered an indispensable appliance for busy households. This design allowed for instant access, saving precious moments during meal preparation, a real advantage for homemakers juggling multiple tasks. The wall-mounted design offered stability and leverage, making it easier to pierce and cut through sturdy can lids compared to earlier handheld models. Built-in flour sifters. In bustling kitchens, especially prominent in the 1950s when home baking was a crucial part of family life, built-in flour sifters were a beloved and incredibly practical feature. These ingenious devices were seamlessly integrated directly into kitchen cabinets, offering unparalleled convenience for home bakers. This design allowed flour to be easily and directly sifted into mixing bowls or onto work surfaces, eliminating the need for a separate, often messy, handheld sifter. Some of these robust built-in sifters were even designed with a large capacity, capable of holding up to 5 pounds of flour at once. Incredibly handy for large baking projects, such as preparing holiday feasts or big batches of cookies. The sifter itself, a simple yet highly effective mechanism, ensured the flour was aerated and lump-free, resulting in lighter, fluffier baked goods. Rolling pin drawer. This specialized drawer was a marvel of ergonomic design, conceived with a single purpose: to neatly store the rolling pin, keeping it perfectly handy and immediately accessible for all baking endeavors. What made it truly unique was its often subtly curved shape, meticulously crafted to perfectly cradle the rolling pin, holding it securely and preventing it from rolling around or taking up unnecessary space. This thoughtful design eliminated the frustration of having to rummage through cluttered utensil drawers or hunt for the rolling pin in a separate pantry. However, as kitchen design evolved, prioritizing versatility and multifunctional storage solutions, these specialized drawers gradually became less common. Modern kitchens tend to favor adaptable storage systems that can accommodate a wider variety of items, reflecting a shift towards more flexible culinary practices and diverse kitchen tools. Central vacuum cleaners. Imagine the pinnacle of innovation and domestic luxury in the mid-20th century, the central vacuum cleaner system. These sophisticated systems were seamlessly integrated directly into the structure of the house, featuring a network of pipes and strategically placed outlets in each room, where a hose could be attached to vacuum floors. Homeowners were particularly drawn to them because they offered a significantly quieter and much more powerful cleaning experience than the conventional portable vacuum cleaners of the era. Their design offered significant advantages, notably keeping dust, dirt, and noise entirely out of the main living areas, as the main power unit and dirt canister were typically located in a remote location such as the basement or garage. This feature made them especially appealing to those concerned about indoor air quality, as they were inherently designed to reduce the spread of dust and allergens throughout the home, exemplifying the era's aspiration for integrated, unobtrusive home technology. Formica countertops. Do you remember the classic look and distinctive feel of Formica countertops, a design icon of a bygone era? From the vibrant post-war years of the 1950s through the stylish 1970s, these incredibly colorful and exceptionally versatile countertops were an absolute staple in kitchens across America. Formica itself was a groundbreaking material, invented back in 1912 as a robust alternative to mica in electrical insulation, and from its industrial origins, it cleverly found its way into home decor, offering an attractive and incredibly affordable surface that homeowners quickly embraced. The countertops were meticulously crafted from multiple layers of paper or fabric, carefully impregnated with resin, and then pressed under immense pressure to form an incredibly hard and durable surface. One of Formica's most appealing aspects was its sheer versatility. It was available in an astounding array of colors, patterns, and textures, from sleek, smooth, solid colors to whimsical, eye-catching designs and even convincing faux wood or stone grains. Their smooth, non-porous surface was a champion against stains and could withstand the rigors of daily use. Looking back at these vanished kitchen features, does any particular detail especially evoke memories of your grandmother's or mother's kitchen? Share your feelings and personal stories. Cozy quilted covers for mid-century toasters. Who among us remembers having one of these comforting covers in our kitchen? Perhaps a memory from childhood or visits to a loved one's home. They often featured intricate patterns, vibrant colors, or lovely embroidered designs that perfectly matched the kitchen aesthetic of the time, from bright floral motifs to subtle geometric quilting. They looked truly like tiny, meticulously crafted blankets for our toasters. Their purpose went beyond mere aesthetics. They were designed not just to keep the toaster meticulously clean and dust-free when not in use, but also, and perhaps more importantly, to add a delightful vintage charm and homely warmth to the overall kitchen decor. These covers were often handmade, showcasing the craft and love of the woman of the house, designed to fit specific toaster models and frequently adorned with playful motifs, vibrant colors, or intricate hand-embroidered details. They created a sense of warmth and intimacy, transforming the kitchen into a friendly and loving place. Butler's pantry. This specialized space, often situated between the main kitchen and the formal dining room, was dedicated to storing fine dinnerware, crystal, and silverware, as well as the final preparation and staging of meals before they were served. It was intricately linked to the rituals of formal dining and lavish entertaining, where every detail, from gleaming silverware to sparkling crystal, was meticulously prepared. A butler's pantry was typically equipped with custom cabinetry, often featuring glass doors to display cherished collections, along with ample countertop space and sometimes a small sink. This discreet yet highly functional room served as the operational hub for household staff, where the butler and other servants would polish silver, arrange floral centerpieces, plate food, and ensure that every element of the dining experience was impeccable before presentation to guests. It allowed for seamless service, keeping the less refined aspects of meal preparation out of sight and sound of the dining room. This meticulous attention to detail reflected the high social status and refined tastes of families living in such grand residences. Electric coil stoves. These early electric stoves were the embodiment of the relentless pursuit of technological advancement that shaped the 20th century, completely reshaping how meal preparation was approached in American households. Their widespread adoption across the nation marked a significant and definitive shift away from traditional, often fire-based or less controllable cooking methods, clearly highlighting the enthusiastic embrace of innovation in all aspects of daily life. Electrical current would pass through a metal coil element, causing it to heat up to a red glow and directly transfer thermal energy to the cookware placed upon it. This direct heat transfer was a significant improvement over previous methods, offering more consistent and better controlled temperatures. While they represented a major leap forward, early electric coil stoves had their own challenges. They could be slow to heat up and cool down, making precise temperature adjustments sometimes quite difficult. Furthermore, cleaning around the exposed coils could be cumbersome, as spills often baked onto the hot surfaces. Despite their initial success, the continuous evolution of kitchen appliances eventually brought about more advanced alternatives. Sleek glass-top electric ranges and highly efficient induction cooktops emerged, offering superior safety features, enhanced energy efficiency, and a more refined aesthetic. The glass top was easier to clean and provided a flatter surface, while induction technology offered instant heat and precise control. This gradual progression in culinary technology and design ultimately led to the phased-out prevalence of the older coil stoves. Decorative tile backsplashes. Decorative tile backsplashes represented another distinctive and highly artistic feature of vintage kitchen design, adding a layer of visual interest and distinct texture to the space. These backsplashes were meticulously crafted from a variety of tiles, showcasing intricate patterns, vibrant colors, and sometimes even hand-painted designs, transforming a utilitarian surface into a true work of art. From the bold geometric patterns popular during the Art Deco and mid-century periods to softer, more organic floral designs suited for country and traditional styles, tile backsplashes clearly reflected the design trends of each era. They allowed homeowners to express their individuality and add a unique charm to the kitchen space. The choice of tiles, grout color, and layout allowed for immense customization, making each kitchen truly unique. This emphasis on decorative detail reflected a time when the kitchen, while functional, was also considered a space worthy of aesthetic and artistic consideration. Lazy Susans and corner cabinets. These clever rotating trays, known as Lazy Susans, were an incredibly practical organizational solution, specifically designed to provide easy access to items that would otherwise be inconveniently stored deep within cabinets, especially the notoriously difficult-to-use corner cabinets. Corner cabinets, with their unique angled shape, often created inherently awkward, hard-to-reach dead spaces, making it challenging to fully utilize their storage potential. The Lazy Susan emerged as a simple and elegant solution, transforming these awkward corners into efficient and accessible storage areas. The brilliance of the Lazy Susan lay in its simplicity. A gentle spin would bring any needed item from deep within the cabinet directly to the front, eliminating the need to stoop, reach, or rummage. This made it ideal for storing frequently used items like spices, condiments, small appliances, or baking ingredients. It maximized vertical space and ensured that no item truly got lost in the corner. Louvered cabinet doors. Louvered cabinet doors with their distinctive slatted design were once a prized feature in many kitchen designs, lauded for both their distinct aesthetic appeal and their practical ventilation properties. These doors, characterized by horizontal wooden slats that are angled slightly, offered a visually interesting texture and a sense of airiness and openness, setting them apart from solid cabinet fronts. The primary functional advantage of the louver design was its ability to allow air to circulate freely into and out of the cabinet interior. This ventilation was particularly beneficial for storing items that required airflow to prevent staleness or dampness, such as linens, certain types of produce, or even for cabinets housing plumbing where some air exchange was desirable. They offered a lighter look than solid doors, contributing to a more open and less imposing kitchen aesthetic, especially popular in more casual or rustic design schemes. Wallpaper borders. These decorative strips, often applied horizontally around the top perimeter of walls, frequently featured whimsical and charming motifs, such as overflowing fruit baskets, vibrant floral patterns, or other delightful domestic imagery, adding an artistic and playful touch to the wall. Wallpaper borders offered a quick and relatively inexpensive way to refresh a kitchen's look, allowing homeowners to update their style without undertaking a complete redecoration. They could define spaces, add a layer of visual interest, and tie together different elements of a room's design. They helped create a cozy, personalized atmosphere, turning plain walls into part of the kitchen story. However, as design tastes continued to shift inexorably towards more minimalist aesthetics, prioritizing clean lines, uncluttered spaces, and understated elegance, wallpaper borders gradually became unfashionable. The modern preference for simplicity and spaciousness meant that these intricate decorative details gave way to plain painted walls or larger format tile backsplashes. Canister sets. Adding to their undeniable charm, canister sets often came with delightful matching accessories, such as quirky frog-shaped salt and pepper shakers or charming mushroom-shaped sugar holders. Americans took immense pride in their kitchens, considering them the heart of the home, and owning a beautifully coordinated canister set was considered an absolute must-have for keeping everything meticulously organized and always looking its best. Whether it was safeguarding Grandma's secret recipe ingredients or simply keeping daily staples fresh and easily accessible, these canisters served their purpose with elegance and efficiency. They helped maintain order on busy countertops and added a lovely decorative touch, reflecting a domestic ideal of neatness and aesthetic beauty. The airtight seals on many of these canisters also played a vital role in preserving the freshness of the items inside, a practical benefit cherished by homemakers. These memories are precious legacies from previous generations, helping us appreciate today's developments even more. Which feature impressed you the most? Or do you have any unique stories about your old home you'd like to share? Leave a comment below so we can build a community that preserves memories together. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next nostalgic journeys with Back to Yesterday.